Oh, you're practicing. You're like, everything is wobbly, big bubble. But then that's one time you're just like, I'm freaking Monet. You ever just dream about Animal Crossing New Horizons? Like about how amazing it could be? You sit down, close your eyes, and you see it in your head. All the greatness that they could achieve, the ways they make it better, and then poof, it's just not there because it's in your head. And then you go on YouTube and everyone's talking about it and telling you what could be better. It's all verbiage. None of that today. Today we're seeing it. The epic changes that can fix Animal Crossing, we're going to take a look at them, and it's going to be a joy fest for our two circular clonkers in our skulls. Are you ready to embark on this adventure with me? Yes, you are. So buckle up. Let's get ready to go. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. I've got a new mic today. I hope I sound extra luxe and clear and crystal for you. It's warming up, and so I'm in a t-shirt too, just like my villager, and this is pretty freaking sweet. We're going to take a peek at things, and I want you to tell me which of these you think would help the game most, okay? Which one is mandatory for your ACNH experience? Get ready to type it in the comments, hit that like button, and just thanks for being here. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna plop a squat down on this this little slide path here, and we're gonna take a peek at some pretty freaking remarkable things, okay? The first one blows my mind, and are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Whoa! This is insane. I would love this so much. Pascal, I complain about him because I'm through his deep sea creatures, right? I've Critterpedia'd out everything that there is to Critterpedia. What do? The mermaid furniture? I mean, we got the fence. What more is there? This, my friends, this is fantastico. That's pinball floating in the ocean. That's a little barge. It's a little platform. It's a little place to do the hula and hang out with your friends. I love this. And it would make the game so good. Now, a lot of these ideas come from Reddit and Instagram and all over, but the way that they've been modeled is phenomenal. Like, this you could see happening in the game. And I really, really, really like it. Please, Nintendo, give it to me. I need it so bad. It's just, oh, this is what we really desire. This one is just fantastic. I mean, this would be the summer upgrade of the season. This would take Pascal to another level. Swim out there. You get to decorate. It's like putting stuff in the water, but not quite because it's still on land. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking good. But speaking of putting stuff in water, I'm just going to roll through these. There ain't no stopping this train. I'm like Thomas on a downhill. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo. Boom. Vegetation station underwater. Okay? Hey, I want to put pool floaties in my rivers. Okay? I want to put a little friggin' floating pineapple. But if I can't do that, at least give me some flora to fill my waterways with. This looks magical. It's taking Animal Crossing from a game that has cute designs to something that is absolutely picturesque. This is brilliant. I know a lot of y'all are excited about this. This would take your islands from whatever core they are to a whole nother skyscraper. You would go from core to cream of the crop. I love this so much. The lily pads, the trees with the water roots, okay? The weeds that aren't really gross, they're just cattail perfect. I'm not talking about, Anka's tail. I'm not talking about Lolly's tail. We're not ripping off tails from our cutie kitties. We're taking just plant-based tails, all right? This is bellissimo. I love this so much. I'm all about it. And hold on. Just to be very clear, in case you're like half paying attention to the video, you're over there making us some pineapple upside down cake, or you're watching a rerun of Gilmore Girls, I just want you to know that these are not real screenshots, right? These are invented screenshots. There's something that somebody made. They look amazing, and they're, they look as if they're real, and I want them in the game, and you probably want them in the game, but I just wanted to be extra crystal clear because I love you guys, and I don't want anybody thinking anything wrong. Now, batch crafting, people have wanted this for a while, but if, this is a fix. We can't not include this. I think this would make the game a lot better. When we get to the end, I'm going to rank the ones that I think would make the game the best. So if you're looking for a second comment, you want to get in there and get real conversationalist with me, let me know not only which one do you like best, but which one do you think would improve the game most and be like the biggest addition to the game. Batch crafting is something a lot of people want. It's a super simple system. Why don't they add it? But I like this one. Perfect cliffs, manicured cliffs, customizable freaking design cliffs. This is great. I like this so much, and it would add so much aesthetic so that you could have more fun with terraforming. Terraforming doesn't just have to be dirt walls and grass high. You could put some of your brick around it. You could stone it up. You could put whatever you wanted and really, really design this a lot better. And then you could use the cliffs as pillars, as gates, as walls. It would go a long way. We can kind of use items and simple panels to serve that purpose, but I like this so much more. I feel like this is putting it very authentically into the game and would allow you to incorporate so many more just different styles across the entirety of your island and find uses for cliffs that weren't just, waterfalls and height, but really use them to pretty up and beautify your island. And along the same line, this would be freaking amazing. Better paths, right? Like, this is where the paths don't just go in the center very awkwardly and like, whose idea was that? Raise your hand if that was you, developer. Nobody's raising their hand because it's silly. Why do the paths not go all the way to the edge? Why are they tiny in the center? I've never understood that, right? Like, it just doesn't make any logical sense. The paths should perfectly cover, okay? It's like covers on your bed. You don't want them, like, just over your freaking left arm. No, you want them covering your body. That's how warm and cozy feelings get established. The covers cover you, and the paths should freaking cover the paths. All right now, pipes are pretty cool, but pipes are a Mario-based item, and sometimes they don't fit. Also, there's a long animation. You jump up like this. It maybe doesn't feel as authentic in a very like cottagecore or a very dainty island, but a tunnel. A nice tunnel that would go from place to place would be perfecto, and I love this idea because I never thought of it. I never thought about tunnels being a method of travel through the cliffs. Like, we obviously carve out our own kind of little makeshift tunnels, but what about a tunnel item that would be used in the same way that, you go to Tom Nook and use Lloyd to generate an incline or a bridge? You generate a tunnel, and you have to put down a little start point and put down a little end point, and it's a method of fast travel that doesn't require the pipe, and it's also just a very pretty archway for your island. That is aesthetic. Chef's kiss for this one. It's functional and fancy, and I like both of those things so much, you have to appreciate it. And then we got this. I mean, people have been talking about better bridges from the beginning, so this is nothing new, but it is quaint. Cliff to cliff. The bridge covers the midriff. All right, we don't want any unwanted exposure, and this bridge allows us to cross the chasms and the gaps that we need. It's not just a basic bridge, it's a beautiful bridge, and it has height, and you can pass beneath. And I think that's honestly the most brilliant part of it, is the pass beneath. I know we can create fake bridges, and I know people have come up with some really innovative ideas to work around the system, but we're always working around the system. How about the system works for us? We're the ones that play in the game. The game is supposed to facilitate our creativity, so give it to us. I like this a lot. I also love this. That is a Mama Jama tree. Okay, that is a big brawler. That is a Papa Spruce. I'm gonna name him Bruce and stick it in the center of my island. This is like the town tree, and I think just having some massive set piece vegetation would be amazing. Really any new kinds of trees. I know people have been championing for new fruit, but I like the idea of some really like some village or some island defining pieces. Like, maybe you can only have one per island. Maybe it costs a lot of Nook miles. Maybe you work your way up to it and you get to pick your sort of, what do you call this thing? Like a monument almost? Like I don't know, like Disney World, right? Magic Kingdom's the castle. Okay, and Animal Kingdom's tree life. And Epcot is the big ball. I want to have like that monumental piece, that like iconic thing for our islands, and a town tree could be one of them. They could do a lot of really cool things, like a giant version of something to really just boom. This is like your landmark. That's the word I'm looking for. A landmark piece for our pretty village islands. Y'all know that the dodo do need a bit of work, and this departing flight board with that TV, it's already there. This would be nice. You could see all the places you could go. It would make travel and friendship so much easier. We talk about adding things to multiplayer. Simplifying multiplayer, speeding up multiplayer would be delicious, and also it would help, I think, enhance the immersion in the game, because it would seem like a unified world, right? We're arm in arm, and now I got Amber, Ken, Disney, Dan, Alyssa, and Art. Everybody's around. Duckburg, Discovery, Lunaria, Pacifica, and Alderaan. Everybody's there. They got the local time, right? You know where they're from. You can see what the weather's like. Maybe they're Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere. I think this is brilliant and beautiful. This one, to me, doesn't have a whole lot of game impact. It's more just aesthetic and nice, but I'm down for a quality of life. I always am. And giving the airport a bit more oomph should be one of the top priorities. It's one of the defining factors that sets New Horizons apart, is that airport. So I think it needs love. This one is, this is like, when you're writing cursive and you just freaking stroke it so good? Anybody remember doing that, feeling so proud of yourself? Like, you're practicing, you're like, everything is wobbly, big bubble. But then that's one time you're just like, I'm freaking Monet, circling this around, Da Vinci in this pencil, and then your hand hurts from holding it so stiff. But these edges, I love it. Okay, the edges dip into the water, and they're pathed edges, and they look so nice, and it's beautiful, and it's not leaking dirt everywhere. Okay, I don't know why everything has to be the same. I love these pics where we get to see everything customized out. And, this is just so nice. And that gives such a different feel. You can see in the corner, or I guess like way over there, like look at the dirt and the grass into the water, what that looks like and what that gives you, what vibe. And then look at this stone path into the water and what that gives you. It's just very different. It's dramatically different at that. And I think it would just be very nice to, it's kind of like one of those finishing touches. It's like if you wrap a present, someone's still gonna love it. But if you put that nice bow on and you're one of those masters that can just like cursive, you just do all these, and then you got this beautiful bow and it's tight, it's pulled, it's nice. I can never do that. I love wrapping, and my wrapping's okay, but I got a little pudge on the end of my wrapping. I always got a little too much paper, so I'm just folding it over 6 times. It's like a bouncy ball. It's a little bit of barrier, okay? I'm protecting the gift. I know what I'm doing. The big bridge, okay? It's a very long bridge. I mean, we got to get the first bridge first, where bridges can go from cliff to cliff. But a big bridge, also a very nice, nifty idea, something long. It's all just about spicing it up, right? It's all about just getting them a little bit gooder. It's getting them a little bit better, right? It's improving. I love that they use the Mario items here to show this off, to kind of show that it's not just like for cottagecore or whatever. Like, it would make the game more fun to have these elongated pieces, and it would diversify the topography of our different islands. The people that terraform well, I feel, have the most amazing islands. I always talk about, creating so many different twists and turns to make it feel like it's a very believable and very big island. This would do that as well in a different way. It would allow you to have diversity in terms of your scale, your verticality. So many of these things would enhance the variety of islands, would enhance our ability to craft something that we really can call our own. And a big bridge, while simple, it could do that. All right, everything is on the screen now. It's a bit chaotic, but this is like Survivor Animal Crossing Fix Edition, and we're going to vote these things off and try to figure out the best fix to round out this video here. So I'm going to eliminate them. Fingers crossed that your favorite idea makes it. Yell at me in the comments if you want. I'm going to start getting rid of some of these. I made mention that the flight board I think is nice, but I think the flight board, it's just more of like a aesthetic thing. It's cute, but I don't think it really changes the game or makes a big impact, so that is gone. Now, the big bridge to me is fun, but similarly, like, we need the freaking cliff to cliff bridge before we get the big bridge, so that one's going to dump away. I know this is going to upset a lot of people, and I'm so sorry, but I honestly don't think, I'm really sorry about this, I really don't think batch crafting is that important. We don't really craft that much anymore. If they were going to give us a DIY pack, then I'm all about it. But at this rate, there's no new DIYs. I think batch crafting is something that is, yes, a convenience and will be nice. It's quality of life, but it is not going to improve the game that significantly. Sayonara. All right, now we got a lot of good stuff left, okay? Now we got a lot of good stuff left. It's so hard, all right? I know that I'm going to get rid of tunnels because we do have the pipes, and that serves a similar functionality. So even though they're really fun, goodbye. That is what I'm going to have to do. And because we already have bridges, better bridges would be good, but goodbye to that as well. Now we're down to a few things left, and it's getting a little bit trickier because now we have some things that are purely like, hey, to facilitate design versus more just for across your entire island. And for that reason, even though I think better paths would be amazing, I'm going to have to dump it because we still already have paths, and it would be more perfect and prettier, but it's not like a game changer. In the same way, like, this pains me so much because I love this freaking thing with all my heart. I love this freaking platform in the water, but I can't be too biased. Like, that's cool. It would be so cool if you could put multiple of them. I love it so much, but how often are you going to dive in the water just to go to your little platform? Like, it is pleasing as all heck. It literally makes me mind drool. But I'm going to have... Oh, I have to. I'm so sorry. I love this barge so much. Goodbye. I'm gonna cut the anchor. Oh, no. It's going off into the distance. Okay. From there, we got a lot left. And the edges, to me, are important. But the edges, they're not everything. Now it comes down to some very interesting things remaining, okay? We've got this water vegetation here, which I think is very, very nifty because this would allow us to add to all of our waterways. That's our rivers, our ponds, and so much more flora. Now we have the big piece, like I was saying, like a set piece item and kind of like icon for your island. And of course, we've got the better cliffs. Now, if I'm serious and honest, they're not going to do this, and it really, like... once everybody has it, it's not that big of a deal, so the big tree has to go. So now it's down to better cliffs, and it's down to vegetation in the water. And I hope that the answer here is obvious, because one of them I think dramatically changes the game, and one of them makes terraforming a lot better. I hope you guys agree with me. I'm going to say sayonara to the cliffs, and I'm going to say water vegetation is the thing that we need. I think this would change the look of the island the most. I think it would be the most fun, and I think it would give us a lot of new opportunity, because not only could you put them for aesthetics, there would be new plants, obviously, maybe some yield new fruits. I would like to imagine that this would also lead to new bugs that are coming in the way of these plants, right? There's going to be like water skippers and all sorts of different things that want to interfere and interact and engage with all of this plant life. And I think it'd be pretty good. Maybe you'll catch your, kind of crusty villager sipping onto the water when you're not looking. That might be fun. But I think this is brilliant, and I just love the look of it. It's almost rainforest-esque, and I feel like it would be such a nice upgrade. They're all little fixes, and you might have one that you like better. So definitely let me know in the comments what it would be for you. Maybe it's the cliffs, maybe it's the tunnels, maybe it's better pathing, maybe it's the big darn town tree, maybe it's something to do with the bridges. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. So let me know. That is my pick. Any of these fixes would go a long way to making this the game that we dream about. And I'm hopeful that, hey, at least they'll make some of them. We're getting closer and closer to E3. We're getting closer and closer to what I feel is a big D-Day for AC. And so I'm going to go back to where I started and say, hey, thanks so much for being here. I pray that this game is about to get a big update. And I hope that we are right. At least we had to see some of it today. That was fun, all right? I like looking at it, picturing it, as opposed to just imagining. Like, you can actually live in it, seeing it, takes up your whole screen, and boom. That was pretty freaking cool. If you guys had fun with me today, hit that like button. Thanks so much for being here. Hopefully you guys like the mic as well. Let me know. It's a little better quality. You should be able to hear me a little more clearer. We can do some more ASMR. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. I love you guys so much, though. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Until next time, everybody, thanks again for watching. You are the very best community on YouTube, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, SwitchForce out.